What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? We're finna get ready to get started in just a minute. We're gonna basically do a quick post game, talking about the Tennessee Titans 23-3 victory over the Atlanta Falcons tonight in preseason game number one. Hopefully, everybody comes on in. I know it's a little late, but we're just gonna get into that. Talk a little bit about what happened, some things that I were impressed with, and some things that maybe I wasn't so impressed with. So get on ready to come on in, and we're gonna get started in just a minute. And I hope everybody is good to join. I hope everybody's doing all right tonight. And let's go ahead and let's get this party started. Good evening, Titan Nation. How's everybody? Good evening, Titan Nation. How's everybody doing? Welcome into the TNT Postgame. I'm your host, Chris, aka Blue Enforcer, and we're going to have a good episode tonight as the Tennessee Titans were victorious over the Atlanta Falcons 23-3 and improved to 1-0 here in the preseason. And so the Tennessee Titans did a lot of things very, very well. And they also did, there were a few things that, what not so good in this particular game. And so, for example, in this game, some things that I picked up on and noticed right off the bat that both Logan Woodside and Matt Barkley both led touchdown drives. So that was something that was very impressive. We see on Facebook they're talking about Weaver, Reggie B. What's up? Glad to see you tonight. Let's see on Facebook. What's going on? Welcome in. Ian Talley, what's up? On Facebook, what's up, Blue? What's going on? We got Lauren, what's up, Truth? What's going on? Hakeem is in here. Make sure y'all share this show out to everybody. Let everybody know that we are live and kicking, and we are live and in living color. So that as the show goes on, y'all spread the word out to everybody. Let everybody know what's happening. So let's get into this game and some things that I noticed right away. Woodside was 10 of 84, 10 of 15 for 84 yards and a touchdown, and he had a nice little pass to Cameron Batson, and then also Matt Barkley was 5 of 8, 54 yards and a touchdown. Some things that I did notice with the quarterbacks was that they really Todd Downing didn't just let it loose much in this game. It was a lot of safe throws, a lot of underneath, and really, I mean, with Matt Barkley, you could tell he could push it down the field a little bit, whereas Logan Woodside, he's more of a dink and dunk, very safe when it comes to his passes. That's something that I noticed right away. Also, just looking at some stats, Mekhi Sargent, 16 carries, 58 yards, 3.6 yards a carry. Brian Hill at 11 carries, 38 yards, 3.5 yards a carry. And Darrington Evans, 4 carries, 26 yards, 6.5 yards a carry, but he ended up going out with an apparent leg injury during the second series of that game. So it looked like he pulled up, maybe had a hamstring or something like that. And hopefully it's not anything too serious or anything like that. So that's some of the offensive numbers that we had in this game. I liked a lot of what Mason Kinsey did. 4 catches, 51 yards. He caught all 4 of his targets. Forstall had 3 catches for 20 yards. Chester had 1 for 17, which was nice as well. So definitely a little bit of love from the receiving core as the game went on as well. But this is just some things that I picked up on that I noticed in the game. Chester Rogers is going to make this football team. I mean, he had an excellent punt return, I believe, of 57 yards, and he had another punt return that I believe was, if I'm not mistaken, about 10 to 12 yards on a punt return. I'm actually trying to see. Let's see. Yeah, Chester Rogers had a 57-yard punt return. He had 2 punt returns and averaged out to about 35 yards a return. So he had a couple of nice ones. And the main one was that 57-yard punt return that set up a Tucker McCann field goal. I definitely liked what Chester Rogers brings. So I think he's our punt returner, without a doubt, in my mind. And so I was very much impressed with that. Something else that I noticed on the offensive side of the ball, the backups on the offensive line stink. I mean, just not very good. I mean, and Ian Talley said it. I thought it was a good game. Our left offensive line looks real suspicious. Defense looks better so far. And I agree. I think the left side, the backups on the offensive line on the left side, very much questionable. I will definitely say that. Very questionable indeed. I did not like the way the backup offensive lineman did play tonight. And I really didn't like the fact that Vrabel did not let Dylan Radunz play a lot of tackle. He put him in at guard instead. I'm thinking you drafted the guy to be a tackle. Let him play tackle. So I did not like that. That was something that I wanted to see Dylan Radunz play some tackle on that. Zach Carpenter says he's on break. Hey, I appreciate you listening to me on your work break. I definitely appreciate that very much. On Facebook says Tighten Upload is a happy man tonight based on Kenzie's performance. I bet he is. I bet he is. Let's see. Joseph Rodriguez says our defense did a somewhat decent job. Chester was in fuego. I would say the defense did better than just a decent job. Let's see. Miss Mims, we did it. 2 tones of blue. I agree. They definitely did a very good job. Let's see. Philip Mattis says, I've been skeptical of Bowen, but I was very impressed with the defensive philosophy. Aggressive, blitzed a lot, showed blitz up on the line and confused the opposing quarterback. Now, let's go to the defensive side. Rashad Weaver, my God, was he impressive tonight. I mean, he had 1.5 sacks on the game. I mean, I could not stop talking about him. He got pressure constantly and consistently. He got up, batted the ball down as well. I mean, Rashad Weaver, as long as this legal situation doesn't hinder him, we might have a gem on our hands. I know it's early, and I know it was mainly against backups, but man, did Rashad Weaver look good tonight. I was thoroughly impressed with him. And Reggie B brought it up, and we talked about this. We talked about this earlier. More quarterback pressure tonight than all of last season. I agree. Yes, it was against backups, but you could tell the defensive front was active, violent, moving the pocket. They forced A.J. McCarron out of his spot. And yes, Felipe Frank did have a couple of nice runs, but we forced that issue. He wasn't just able to sit back there and diagnose in the pocket. He had to kind of run for his life. So that was something there. Ian says, Weaver looked nice. Ian Tyler says, 3rd down D was very good. Let me see if I can see what 3rd down conversion was. Let's see. Atlanta was 16% on 3rd down. I want to say they were maybe like 2 of 12, 2 of 13 on 3rd down, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say, but they were definitely very good on 3rd down. Indeed. Let's see. Lee said, now that you've seen Mason Kinsey play, do you see him making the team? I don't know if he makes the team yet, but he's definitely making a case. He is definitely making a case because there was a 4th and 6. He made a nice catch in between a couple of defenders to keep the drive going. So Mason Kinsey, he caught every ball that was thrown his way. Very much impressive with that. So what I did like was that Logan Woodside and Matt Barkley led touchdown drives. Mason Kinsey showed up. Chester Rogers looks like he's our punt returner. Defensively, Rashad Weaver was awesome. Wyatt Ray had a couple of nice plays too. Ola Odenighi had a sack as well. The defensive front looked very good with Murchison was making plays. I think Telvin Coley was making a couple plays before he went down. So I like the defensive front. David Long had a very nice interception. Breon Borders had an interception. I'm going to call it an INT, even though they took it back. That should have been called an interception. So I like that. Lee Hitler said we had 4 sacks. That was a very good performance defensively. And Lee said with Ian, 2 of 13 on third down. Yes. Josh, what up, Truth? Loved how we played. We loved how well the defense played. Yes. And Zach, that is another thing. We made our kicks. Yes, we did. Tucker McCann hit a 26 and a 42-yarder, and then he hit a 47-yarder, but then was roughed. They called a roughing the kicker penalty, which led to a touchdown. He unfortunately got hurt on his kicking leg. Hopefully it's not nothing too serious. We'll definitely get some more information on Tucker McCann. He got hurt on that penalty with that. So we're definitely going to have to see what happens with it. But, I mean, kicking was very good. Tucker McCann did a very good job tonight. Absolutely. Did a very good job. So, Josh says, how much to buy into how well the defense played? I wouldn't say we buy in too much, but I say we buy in a little bit. Even though it was against backups, it was just impressive. They started off with the starters, and then the backups kept it going. They did not give up. They only gave up a field goal. So I was very much impressed. I was very much impressed with what our defense did with that. So I got to give it to him. Reggie said, why Ray got into the backfield often, not going to show up. And that's true. Reggie said, no missed kicks. I'm going to sleep good tonight. Well, we're going to have to find out what happened with Tucker McCann because he did get hurt on that play where he got roughed on the roughing the kicker penalty. Now, some things I did not like. What I saw. I did not like that we didn't try to go to Marcus Johnson more on the play. I know he was in the game, but they didn't really throw to him much. And, again, I said that Josh Reynolds I was talking to my guy Reggie. Josh Reynolds had a lot to lose, and he really didn't do anything tonight either. So, I mean, Josh Reynolds, I think his roster spot, I think he'll be on the roster, but as far as playing time, he might be pushed down to maybe the 4th or 5th receiver. But that, I may be reading a little too much into that right now. We'll have to see how the preseason continues. So we're definitely going to have to see that. But some things I did not like. The things I did not like, as we mentioned earlier, the backup offensive line is awful. Daniel Munyer is terrible. He stunk. And whoever was the backup center didn't do much better. I think the left side of the offensive line that were backups was not very good. I think the right side did okay, but not great. I would have liked to have seen it where Quesenberry was on the left side and Dylan Radunz was on the right side. That's how it should have been. I don't know why Vrabel did that. I'm not very sure. So, Ms. Mims said Woodside was holding the ball and, they knocked him down. I mean, a lot of it was blitzes up the middle. The center, they double one guy. He did not recognize the blitz and pick up his guy. Jeremy McNichols, he was another guy that was a disappointment. He didn't get a lot of looks. And the one time he was in there, he got just destroyed on a blitz pickup. I mean, very much so. So, I mean, there were some things I was disappointed about. The running game was not really there. I mean, Darrington Evans had a couple of nice runs before he got hurt. And then Mekhi Sargent got a lot of looks, which tells me Jeremy McNichols is on the outs, and Brian Hill is probably not as high as we thought. So the backup offensive line, I think, stunk. I think the running game was not that great. You know, the quarterback play was okay, not great. Did not like the penalties. I did not like the penalty. We had 9 penalties in this game. That's a little bit more than what I would have liked. Monty Rice, I really didn't notice him. A lot of the defensive backs I really didn't notice, and that's probably a good thing. Fulton, I think, had a couple of nice plays. Definitely. And I mentioned this before. Dane Cruikshank's in trouble. I think Dane Cruikshank is in danger of not making this team. Racey McMath, I really didn't see anything out of him either. So Mason Kinsey is really making a case to be on the team. Des Fitzpatrick and Racey McMath kind of sliding their way off the team a little bit. So that's something that I, picked up on. The injuries started to mount up a little bit. I know one of our backup offensive linemen, one of our backup linebackers, both went down. Brady Breeze went down. And I think Brady Breeze might have suffered a very serious injury because they brought out the cart. So I didn't like the way that was going. Let's see. Philip says, on offense, I was a little disappointed. I felt like I was looking at mirror 2 tight end offenses. If Vrabel wants Downey to mimic Smith, then Titans will have some problems with tougher teams. I can kind of see where he's coming from with that. Ray says, I pray none of our O-line starters get hurt. I think we're already 9 deep because I think you got Lawan, Sappho, Jones, you got Nate Davis, you'll have Sambrilo, Lamb, Ray Dunce, Aaron Brewer, and I'm forgetting who will probably be the 9th, Quesenberry. So you're going to have 9 offensive linemen anyway, and there might be room for one more. I don't know who that one more would be right now. But we're already 9 offensive linemen deep. Let's see. Lee says, I hate to see Lawan and Sappho get hurt. I agree. And Ian says, I blame the O-line on that sack of Woodside. People are getting nervous if our main guys get hurt. Let's see. Zach says, I never liked McNichols. Always made me mad when he was in. Let's see. Zach says, I want to see more of Evans. Well, Evans got hurt a little bit. So I don't know what's going to happen. Titan Rossi, what's going on? So let's see. Ty Ross says, Kinsey, Weaver, Borders, Fulton play really well. I agree. I think defensively we played very well. And on Facebook says, I hope the legal issue go away with Weaver. I do too. If the legal issues go away, we might have a steal with that. McMath was basically mainly on special teams. And that's where he's going to have to show. He's going to have to show his worth on special teams. Definitely. So those are some things I liked and some things I didn't like as far as what I saw in this game. So again, what I liked, Chester Rogers made the team. He's our punt returner. Mason Kinsey looked very good. He's definitely going to make it tough on the coaching staff. Rashad Weaver is legit. Very much legit. Defense looks a hell of a lot better, even though it was against backups. McCann made his kicks, even though he got hurt. I hope it's nothing serious. Ficken made his kicks. I think Ficken made a 44-yarder and I think a couple of extra points. He made both of those. D-line got a lot of good penetration in this game, so I liked that as well. What I did not like was the backup offensive lineman. Did not look good at all. Munger stunk. And some of the guys on the left side stunk too. The running game was a little suspect. But none of those guys are Derrick Henry. That much is a fact. Was a little disappointed when Marcus Johnson didn't really get much. I was disappointed, didn't really get to see him much. Des Fitzpatrick ain't looking too good right now. And Cam Batson is trying to make it. Cam Batson's trying. I'll give him that. Cam Batson is trying. Can't lie. Facebook says Pop Tart, as in Tier Tart. Yeah. So those are some things I like. Red said third down penalties need to stop. I agree. The penalties do need to calm down. So we need to stop with the penalties. Yes. Red said Quisenberry slick got worked. I'm going to go back and really pay attention to the offensive line in particular and definitely see what's going on with that. Tyrod said the interception Borders had was a great play. And I agree. I thought that was a pick. I mean, I did see where a little bit where the ball maybe touched the ground a little bit, but I thought that was kind of inconclusive. So they really could have just kept it the way it was. So those are just the things I liked from this game. And I see a lot of people are very high on Rashard Weaver. I am too. I think Weaver is earning a lot of snaps in the regular season, without a doubt. So I was definitely very impressed. But again, the Tennessee Titans beat the Atlanta Falcons 23-3. They're 1-0. I liked some of the play calling from Shane Bowen. I think he had a pretty good first game. Todd Downing still left me a little bit to be desired. We'll definitely see what happens next week. Of course, they'll be off tomorrow. They will practice on Sunday. They'll have the open practice on Monday. I will not be able to attend the open practice, unfortunately. I thought I was going to be able to, but I'm not going to be able to attend the open practice. So definitely make sure y'all let me know how that goes. I'll be definitely paying attention as well. The 4-star touchdown was nice from Matt Barkley. I did like seeing Barkley push the ball down the field a little bit because that was something that Logan Woodside did not do. And I would have liked to have seen that more. Ray Dunce, I think he did okay. I would have liked to have seen him more play at tackle instead of at guard. So I did not like that. On Facebook said vanilla on both sides of the ball. Coordinators will be good. We'll definitely see about that. But y'all continue to give me your thoughts on this game. I just wanted to do a little quick recap of this game. And so those are some things I'm impressed with and some things I wasn't impressed with. Shout out to the Tennessee Titans fan club of Memphis. We had a good time tonight. We definitely had some fun. I wore, y'all will see the pictures. I did wear the navy blue Tennessee Titans, the Titans of Truth shirt, as y'all see right here on your right side. I did do that, and that's what it looks like on the back. So again, if you are interested in getting one of these shirts, you can hit me up at canewell817@gmail.com, or you can message me on Facebook or on the TNT Enforcers page or on Instagram at Titans_N_Truth, or you can contact Miss Latoya Mason by email at queenbutterflytees@gmail.com or on Instagram at queenbutterflytees if you are wanting one of those shirts. And she can definitely get that made for you. That's, again, how the front looks, and this is how the back looks. So if you want one of those shirts, the information is right here. You could definitely do that. So, again, I like some things that we saw. We'll definitely see some things can improve. Titan Ross said, I'm interested to see how Caleb Farley play. Me too. I agree with that. Zach Carpenter, you have a good night at work as well. I'm going to give you some of that merch. Hey, y'all make sure y'all do. Definitely support her and support me by getting the shirts. Again, I thank y'all for tuning in tonight to the recap. Make sure y'all share the show out. Y'all spread the word. We will talk on Wednesday. There will be some cuts on Tuesday, on my birthday, on Tuesday to be exact. And then on Wednesday, we'll talk about who got cut. And then we take a look ahead to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Y'all have a very good night. Y'all tighten up. Thank you. And I is out of here. Dupree did not play. And right here is the link. That's for the shirts. This is who you can hit up to get the t-shirts. If all else fails, you can hit me up, and I'll get your information to her for the shirts. So I'm going to holler at y'all. Y'all have a very good night, and y'all tighten up.